and today we're going to be having a discussion of how the muscle contracts in a process called muscle excitation contracting coupling. So this is what it looks like when I draw it, and I took a lot of time doing this. So a motor neuron carries a message to a muscle fiber, which you can see here. And and these are motor neuron cells. And when it reaches near the muscle fiber, it comes together, it meets together, and a process called messenger sendence in muscle fiber. So that noise is actually my mom making the Thanksgiving cake. Oh boy. So when a motor neuron divides and goes in the same direction, which only happens right when it's near the muscle fiber, it's called a motor neuron junction. Now the motor neuron junction has a motor neuron end plate. And the motor neuron end plate is actually sending the message through the sarcoplasm, which is the membrane of the muscle fiber, down into transverse tubules or T-tubules, which you cannot actually see here. Now if we zoom out, we can see the bone, and this is actually the muscle, and it contains these small tubes. And if we zoom in again, we see these called muscle fibers, which I explained when I was at the beginning. Now if we zoom in again, we can see the muscle fiber closely, and we're looking at one of these, and each centrical part of the muscle fiber is called a sarcomere. It's a unit that contracts and relaxes the muscle fiber, and there are two lines that are zigzagged on either, which can be found on either end of the sarcomere, called the Z line. And there are two kinds of filaments: thin myosin filaments and thick myosin filaments. And on the thick myosin so the thin myosin filaments are the filaments of actin with thrombomyosin, and the thick filaments are the filaments of myosin heads. And we'll see the 4 stages of a molecular events called the cross-bridge cycle. Step 1, activation of the myosin head. When ATP binds to the myosin head, it's hydrolyzed to ADP and inorganic phosphate. Step 2, cross-bridge formation. The activated myosin head binds on actin on a myosin binding site on actin, as the thrombomyosin has moved away. Step 3, the power stroke. The myosin inorganic phosphate and ADP is released, making the attachment